The next speaker card I have is Mr. Scholl.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Council, staff members, I do want to talk on the public records issue. I do need to correct myself from the last meeting, though. I had told you that I had requested the last 6 months of the previous fiscal year, and when I was told the records were available, I was told there were only 5 months. I was never told that they'd gotten the 6 months. Looking through the records, it looked like I didn't get them. Janice Beeman assures me that she did send everything that was available for June. So since I put the staff, chastise them publicly, I want to correct it publicly and do want to apologize for that. However, it doesn't solve the main problem. I'm sure that the closed meeting you had tonight was probably about my statement that I will have to file for a writ of mandamus if you do not release those records, except for the ones that can be excluded, which are active litigation or real potential litigation. I don't know if you received a copy of that Superior Court decision. You did receive that. Now, as I mentioned last time, that is not precedence. Local Superior Courts are not bound by it, but is highly persuasive. You took an oath to support the Constitution of the State of California. If you read that decision again, you will see that Proposition 59, which that decision was based on, and there's only one other decision since 2004, since it was passed, that refers to Prop 59. It is a constitutional provision. As I'm sure the attorney probably told you, even if he's right, which I am sure he's wrong, you hold the privilege. You can decide to release it. If you do not, you are willingly interfering with the public's right to access to public records. If I have to file for a writ of mandamus, it is going to cost tens of thousands of dollars for you to interfere with the public's access to public records in violation of your oath of office. Now, I would encourage you to resolve this very quickly. Now, I also talked with the attorney for California Newspaper Publishers Association, and he tells me that if a challenge, as I made at the last meeting about potential litigation, is made in public meeting, when you have it in closed session, you have to note that it is about that issue. Now, you didn't have time to give me the citations, but I think you better check that out too. So if you're going to discuss this in closed session and a lot of other issues, you have to say what case is involved, what potential litigation. Anyway, I understand that in the last month, the attorney fees were $25,000 again for 1 month. You need to pay attention to what's going on here.
Okay, just in response to the conference with legal counsel and anticipated litigation, it was brought to our attention that we needed to specifically state what that was, and before we went into closed session tonight, it was publicly stated by our city attorney.
It was not on the agenda. What did you state it was?
I'll let the city attorney go back and cite the exact words that he told us.
Well, I'm not
Or
sure I can do
paraphrase
the
it
exact
anyway.
words that I did, but the paraphrase was that it was with respect to your request regarding the Public Records Act.
Okay, very good. It just has to be on the agenda in the future. Thank you.
Or a statement made.
Okay, we'll now go to other comments from the audience. Mrs. McCluskey? And before you start, I didn't have brain freeze tonight, and so I remembered your name.
You remembered my name? Yes. Good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. I am here this evening to bring forth a proposal. As everyone knows, there will be serious cuts within the city of Dixon's budget. As a possibility, city staff and employees will be asked to take a work furlough and possibly cuts in pay. I personally believe all council members, parks and recreation members, and planning commissioners should forego their stipends for the same length of time as all other employees. For council members, it is $15,000 per year. For Parks and Recreation and Dixon Planning Commissioners combined, it is $8,400 per year for a total of $26,400. It is possible some members already forgo their stipends. This amount may seem small to some, but I think during this time when there needs to be cuts, we should all do our part. Every little bit helps. Please give this proposal serious consideration. And as a side note, I would like to add, if this proposal is taken, I would like to have it stipulated that it should be done noting that it would be brought forth again when the city is employees, the city employees and the staff, the budget gets, how do I want to say that? The budget wants
When the budget gets better?
when the budget gets better and we can afford it.
I'm not trying to put
But
words in your mouth.
well, that sounds good to me. I didn't write it all down, but I just think it's a time for us to take consideration for these issues.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. McCluskey.